And this is the first sort of repeat venue for the championship as well. So drivers who did race last year raced at this circuit. The red lights go on, they go out pretty quickly, and the race gets underway for round 3 of the Mr. Transit Swift Sport Challenge for all but the 4 cars that were excluded in qualifying. And it's Stannard who leads from Fuser. They've both made great starts and pulling clear of 69 in 3rd position, which is Jake Spencer. He's made a very good start, if that's the case, because he started on row 4. So the cars charge off out of Copse Corner up towards the first real braking zone of the race, into Maggots and Beckett, and a big dive around the outside. Was that from the fast start in Spencer? It was, wasn't it? He really had the brakes. There's a car that's massively sideways in the middle of the pack. Cars scatter in every direction possible, I think, and hopefully they avoided contact. The leaders head down towards Brooklands, led by the 16-year-old Lewis Stannard.
Yeah, so number 91 it is in the lead of the race, down towards the braking area at Brooklands for the first time. Then they turn their way through. They're all going to make it safely through there. Somehow I think they did all get through Beckett's, although some of them were sideways. So it's Fuster, I think, they're in 2nd position in the 707 car as they turn their way through Luffield for the first time. A very intense start to this Mr. Transit Swift Sport Challenge race. And look at this gaggle a bit further towards the back of the field, making their way out of Luffield, and still they stream through Brooklands as well. It's a big field, well over 30 cars. A great grid for the Mr. Transit Swift Sport Challenge, but a challenge on for the lead here.
Yeah, we just briefly saw Izzy William and Maddie Griffith side by side. Well done to both of them for getting their cars back out after the big damage they sustained at Donington Park. It is Jake Spencer that's challenging. The driver who started 8th on the grid was going for 2nd at Copse Corner. A mighty start he made, but it is Stannard that leads, and I think as they battle behind, he might have a bigger gap than a lap ago. Indeed he does, over Elliot Fuster. Yes, still in 2nd place. Up to 3rd now has come 89, which is Archie Carter, so he made a move on Jake Spencer as the cars go out of Beckett's and onto the long stretch down the Wellington Straight up into one of the best overtaking opportunities at Brooklands, and they're free are pressed in the pack.
Certainly are. Good start though for Archie Carter to get his way up to 3rd place, but just behind him it's 3 wide, including with the number 19 car, which is Alfie Weymouth there, another son of Matthew Weymouth, who's also in the Swift Sport Challenge. But a good lead here now for Lewis Stannard. He's managed to pull away from Elliot Fuster in 2nd place. Fuster with Carter behind him now, the apprentice technician at Ferrari, the young driver from Basingstoke. Maybe he's snuck a few parts away from work to fit onto his Suzuki Swift, but they've got 3 of them almost side by side for 4th position over the timing line, but they need to work together really to get back on terms with the 3 in the current podium paying position: Stannard, Fuster and Carter.
And Carter's on the inside of Elliot Fuster. This is a really good drive from Archie Carter, another teenager, so the top 3 are all under the age of 20, and Carter is a returning driver this season, the driver from Hampshire, ex-Carter, but this is the best run I think we've seen out of him in the championship, and he's going for 2nd on the inside of the former junior rallycross champion Elliot Fuster, who runs a little bit wide. He won't really be used to these big run-off areas. Well, he did race the junior saloons on the circuits before that, though. Actually, Lewis Stannard, our dominant race leader at this stage, raced in the junior saloons last season. In 2nd now is Carter, 3rd is Stannard, and then the big battle pack for 4th position includes some of our novice drivers, and it was Sam Ralph that led that at the end of lap 1.
Yeah, 6 cars really now for 4th place, isn't it? Because those have managed to clump themselves together a little bit. But Archie Carter, now he's up to 2nd. Can he put some daylight between himself and Elliot Fuster and try and close in on the race leader Lewis Stannard, who was 1.2 seconds ahead at the start of lap number 3, coming towards the end of it now. If anything, I think that lead might have gone out a little bit. Over the line they go. Yeah, it's gone out to 1.8 seconds. So Stannard has got his head down now. That's exactly what he needs to do as this race goes on. Then it's Carter 2nd, Fuster from Beeford in East Yorkshire in 3rd place. Jake Spencer, the 32-year-old from Derby, he's in 4th position in his 2nd season of circuit racing, having started last year. He's 4th, and Samuel Ralph in the number 85 car, the 40-year-old, is in 5th place, and he was, I think, the top novice driver, was he not, at Donington, the opening meeting? Yeah,
he's the leader of that today. He's got challenges from Josh Bolsover, who didn't race at Donington, because that's a shared car in the team challenge. So he's having his first ever race today, and he's in that battle pack, so he is battling for the novice award. Darren Lucas was quickest in qualifying of the novices, but he's down in 12th overall now. Up towards Brooklands Corner they go. Lewis Stannard, unsurprisingly, has set a new lap record, 1.3 seconds under the previous best. I think that's Evelyn Wilson, isn't it, who was off at Beckett, possibly. She's making her debut today. She's 19 from Kent, and her dad raced last time out, so her first ever race is this one here at Silverstone. We've had a third of the race. Lewis Stannard doesn't really know much about all the battling that's been going on behind him, because he is driving off into the distance. He had very little notice, I think, that he was going to race at Donington Park, the season opener, but with a bit more time to prepare perhaps for Silverstone, he is really proving to be the man to beat. Fastest lap though, therefore new lap record goes the way of Alfie Weymouth, a returning driver. He's there in 6th position. Yeah,
Lewis Stannard's best finish, a 4th position for him in the season opener at Donington Park, so it's perhaps pace today catching us all a little bit by surprise. He's eking out a bit of an advantage over the rest. Now it's interesting here that Oshkosh made a bit of a break, but Elliott Fuchs now having to drive in his mirrors a little bit more, with Jake Spencer having caught in on him, and indeed the rest of this pack of cars that was battling for 4th position. Alfie Weymouth, as you say, now with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:14.728, so that's the new lap record for the moment. He's in the black car with the orange stripe down the middle. He's on the inside line of the number 85 car, which is Samuel Ralph, and he's going to make up a place into the left-hander at Brooklands.
The car in front, which must have been Jake Spencer, ditch hooked the inside curb and kicked up a load of dust. But Jake Spencer, the fast starter, going well. The man from Derby, he raced an Ariel Atom in Sports Specials last year. Moving over to Swifts for this season, but it is Stannard, who had a 4th place finish at Donington, who leads the motor race by 1.9 seconds. Another fastest lap from the leader this time, 1:14.715, new lap record of course. Then Carter in second. Fuchs is the one who's got the battle pack behind him. Very interesting to see a different running order than what we had at Donington Park. Of course, some of that is because of the double winner at Donington, James Saggers, having to start from the back with a 10 seconds delay. He has made it up to 22nd, but he is slower than the leaders.
Oh, and there's a bit of a moment there. Elliott Fuchs getting run out wide. That was by the 69 car, which is Jake Spencer, isn't it? So that's Fuchs, who was in second for quite a while. He's now been run wide there and edged back a little bit. Yeah, he's behind Alfie Weymouth now, and also Samuel Ralph, isn't he, I think? So down to 6th position is Elliott Fuchs. Those late on the brakes into Brookland. Can he get the car turned in? There was room left for him there, fortunately, by Samuel Ralph, so he has gone through back into 5th place.
That was quite mighty, wasn't it? He was in full control all the time, wasn't he? It was just that much later on the brakes and the cars around him. So that means Archie Carter's well clear in second now. So Lewis Stannard leads, Archie Carter's second. We've had half of the race, 7.5 minutes to go. But the battle pack continues for third in a slightly different order. Alfie Weymouth is third, ahead of Elliott Fuchs, Samuel Ralph and Jake Spencer, who was a driver that was understeering like crazy at Beckett's last time round, who's dropped a 6th. Graham Coombs is 7th, Josh Bowles over on debut is 8th, Jake Boydell, who won here last year, is 9th, and Aaron Mullen completes at the top 10 after 6 laps of racing. Then battles all the way through the pack though. The car of Maddie Griffiths, you can see involved in the battle there. Her car's easy to spot from ones around her. She's made good progress. She's up into 21st position, and it was Josh Copeland in 16 who she was battling with, the driver from Cornwall. But the battles continue for 3rd place.
Yeah, Jake Boydell, interesting, he's going more than a second faster than he did last season, but he's down in 9th place, and he won the race, or the second race here last year. Again, late on the brakes for Elliott Fuchs. This time he's trying to get past Alfie Weymouth, but that time there wasn't the gap there to try and make it through. There might be at Luffield, though. He's on the inside now of Weymouth. This for the final position in the podium spots. And he's still alongside all the way through Luffield towards Woodcut Corner. Weymouth is just able to ease the bonnet of his car ahead. So it's Stannard coming through in the lead of the race. Carter in second, and it's pretty much level pegging for 3rd place as they come up and over the timing line. I think it might just be Fuchs that's ahead of Alfie Weymouth, who was on the inside line. It says 3,000ths different in favour of Weymouth over the timing line, but by the time they get to Cops Corner, it's Fuchs that has gone through now into 3rd place. Just behind them, you've then got Samuel Ralph. He's next up.
Yeah, the former lawnmower racing competitor moving to car racing last time out, was the top novice then. He is again this time, but much higher up the overall order. There's a big dive from again. Guess who? It's Jake Spencer. He's lively to watch, that's for sure. And he's losing positions by doing it, isn't he? Just understeers like crazy because he's going way too fast into the corner and losing positions because of it. But Alfie Weymouth there in 3rd position, under threat from the Elliott Fuster-driven car. The driver who turns 18 in a couple of days is up the curve on the inside through Brooklands corner. You've got Sam Ralph and Graham Coombs involved in that. Graham Coombs, he's not quite a teenager, is he, at the back of that group? But it is Lewis Stannard who continues to lead the race. The year 11 student from Surrey is now 3 seconds ahead.
Year 11, crikey. Fantastic racing all the way down the field. It's good to see Graham Coombs in there as well, showing any age can be competitive in the Swift Sport Challenge. It is such a great formula, new formula to club racing over the last year or so, and it's proved oh so popular. Alfie Weymouth there in third position. He's desperately trying to keep Fuster behind. I don't think Alfie's had a podium finish before in the Swift Sport Challenge, so we're keen to try and hold on to his one for the first time. He's now about 3.7 seconds behind Archie Carter, who's in second. Of course, the race leader, Lewis Stannard, another 3 seconds up the road. So it really is now about the final podium position, I think, that we're interested in. 43, Graham Coombs we saw going through there. 69, Jake Spencer not making quite such a hash of Beckett as he did a lap ago. Along the Wellington Straight, this is the fight for third place. Samuel Ralph is at the back of that group, and they've shaken off the rest of them now, with Graham Coombs trying to make up a place here on Bolsover, I think that is, and he does so using all of his experience there to go ahead for 6th place into the left-hander at Brooklands.
You know, it's Jake Wood who drove the Josh Bolsover car at Donington Park. He's done very little in the way of driving before. I think some experience days at Palmer Sport and some drifting events, but very, very different today, and he's doing a really good job. Is Josh Bolsover running in the top 10 here, very comfortably involved in the battles. He's right behind Graham Coombs, the driver from London. He started racing 40 years ago, when majority of the grid weren't born, I don't think, but massively experienced driver, former winner of the Snetterton 24 Hours in the 1990s. But we have 3 minutes of the race to go. Top 2 appear to be set, so Lewis Stannard's 4 seconds ahead of Archie Carter. James Saggers' day getting no better. He's the first to get a track limit penalty, I think. A 5-second penalty for James Saggers, the championship leader, who's running in 16th position now. He's not quicker than the top 4 cars either, so it's not going terribly well for the former British GT racer. But for third, that's a second. I said Archie Carter's safe. The 3-second gap he had has disappeared, and Alfie Weymouth is second now.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's caught us by surprise. They're coming up to a back marker now. I think that's the 55 car, which is Evelyn Wilson, isn't it? But yeah, it's Archie Carter who has lost out on second position. So I wonder if he's got a problem with his car that he's lost the time that quickly. Lewis Stannard is going to go over the line to complete lap number 10 with quite a healthy advantage now over everybody else. It's Weymouth is next to him, nearly 7.5 seconds adrift, and then it's Carter in third, Fuster fourth, and past that back marker who's keeping to the right hand side of the circuit as everyone else sweeps around the outside at Copse Corner with Samuel Ralph, the last of the cars in that little group.
Wonder if Archie Carter just got a bit confused by the back marker because he's back up to speed now, isn't he? He's right back with Alfie Weymouth, but it's cost him second place. He might be able to get it back over the final couple of laps or so. Evelyn Wilson came back at Sam Ralph there, didn't she?
Yeah.
Through Beckett's corner, so now running in the group, picking up her pace, which is good to see. But for second place then, Alfie Weymouth is still just ahead as they head down towards Brooklands corner. Alfie's just 19. The top 4 are all teenagers, aren't they? Which is probably a long time since that might have happened at a 750 Motor Club event. Yeah,
I'm not even going to try and work out, other than Sachs, Max, when that might have been. That could well be the last time that happened, which would have been getting on 15 years ago now. Jake Boydell's got a 5-second penalty for track limits as well, so he is in 8th place, the winner of race 2 here last year.
Is this going to be the last lap?
It's touch and go, isn't it? I think it probably will be, because I think based on the last lap time, I think this will be the final lap of the race. So Lewis Stannard's already onto it. You've got Weymouth in second and Archie Carter in third. And yeah, Carter's not lost any more time, has he, after that strange situation? Oh, and that's a big spin for the number 73 car. That's Luke Jones that has gone around seemingly on his own. This fight for second place, though, heading down to Maggots and Beckett's, and it's still Weymouth ahead of Carter. Who's going to get the best exit out of Beckett's? They've dropped Elliott Fuster now, it seems, who's in 4th spot. He's very wide, isn't he? That might give the advantage to Samuel Ralph as they head up the Wellington Straight. Carter in the tow here of Weymouth as they head into the final left-hander. Is he going to be able to make a late dive? Weymouth's got the inside line covered, so I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Meanwhile, the leader heading towards the checkered flag.
Yeah, Lewis Stannard's not seen all the battle. It's been an absolutely dominant performance from the 16-year-old, the youngest driver on the grid, the youngest 750 Road Club race winner for many years. Lewis Stannard will come through Woodcote Corner and get the checkered flag. Yes, he does. He wins round 3 of the Mr. Transit Swiftsport Challenge. Who will finish second? That's still to be contested. And at the line it is Alfie Weymouth and Archie Carter in third. Fourth was Elliot Fuster. Samuel Ralph, the best novice, but his best overall result. Graham Coons was 6th. A debut race for Josh Bolsover sees him finish 7th. Jake Spencer 8th. Aaron Mullen 9th. And Sam Copeland completed at the top 10. The third novice home, by the way, that was Darren Lucas. He finished in 12th position. The rest of the cars taking the checkered flag. Battles all the way through the field, which is superb to see. And don't want to say it too early, but we are on course for every car that started the race to take the checkered flag.
Yeah, that'd be quite remarkable, wouldn't it? I'm sure Lewis Stannard, I'd say the year 11 student from Banstead, so I'm sure his mum and dad are going to be very proud of his performance. His dad, an ex-oval racer on grass track and on the short ovals as well. Started racing in the Bambino karts at the age of 6, did Lewis, so 10 years on he's had his first car win in a Carl 2008 Suzuki Swift that was built 2 years before he was born in 2010. This feels like historic racing to Lewis that he's doing. So many congratulations to him. What a great result that he's had there, Josh. And is that everyone over the line now? I think it might be.
Yeah, we've got everyone home. Well done, everyone. Well driven by all in the Mr. Transit Swift Sport Challenge. Great battle for everyone, but the winner really, because that dominant drive from Lewis Stannard, that felt all rather Adam Blair-esque, didn't it, from last year? But it's Lewis Stannard, the 16-year-old, becomes the youngest winner at the 750 Motor Club event for a long time. He wins by 7.4 seconds from Alfie Weymouth with Archie Carter third. Elliot Fuster was 4th. He'll take the championship lead though. Samuel Ralph, the best novice, finished 5th. Graham Toombs in 6th with Josh Bolsover 7th. Jake Spencer, he had a dramatic race to 8th. Aaron Mullen was 9th and Sam Copeland 10th. Jake Boydell was 11th ahead of Darren Lucas. Thomas Littlechild and Nick Peters complete our first page of results. Next up will be Jonathan Woolley and Dale Bamford. James Saggers was classified 17th. Gary Hudson and Kerry Laflamme were next. Melissa Bexley was 20th. Alex Povey recovered in 21st. Maddie Griffiths in 22nd. And Josh Copeland, Jake Lucas, Gary Stanford, David Bide and Izzy Woolley up next. Mikey Brissenden was 28th, ahead of Ben Munro. Luke Jones and Tom Simmons finished on the lead lap. Tom Flanagan and Evelyn Wilson completed the runners in her maiden race.
Well, down here then with the Swifts with a really good battle here. In fact, our leader, our winner of the race, has just turned up in Lewis Stannard, still on his kit. Lewis, congratulations. I will give you this cap. There you are. Congratulations. I've dropped the other one though. There we go. Right. Lewis, congratulations to you. How was that out there? You look like you were absolutely flying out there.
Yeah, that was really good. Obviously, we kept a clean start. I don't know what happened behind me. One lap they were right behind me. The next I had a little gap. So really it was just managing the gap. But I want to say a huge thanks to Mark Freeman Prep for running me today. Honestly, the car is absolutely on rails. It's amazing. So yeah, thank you to everyone on the car as well. Paramax, Degentive, Patterson's, Boost, Bruce Sim Dynamics, all of them helped me so much. So thank you to all of them.
Oh, great stuff indeed. Well, we've got our looking at our next grid up there already. So we're going to have to already hand back to the commentary box for the next race.